Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hammer Podcast. Today is January 5th, 2022, and I'm speaking with Mack. Mack went to the Agape Boys Home from June 2020 to July 2021, which is fairly recent. So we're going to give the mic to Mack, and he's going to tell us his story. Go ahead, Mack.
So, back in June of 2020, I got sent away to Agape, as we all know, and just mainly got sent there for smoking weed. I did have like a few charges for like weed and stuff, but like nothing major. Got sent there. I got transported there in a van from North Carolina all the way to Missouri. It sucked. And then
The people that transported you, were they, did they work at Agape, or were they just another company?
It was Julio's friends. They lived in the area. They were like good friends with Julio. They were part of like his transport team or something. Like
Okay.
that.
All right, go ahead, continue.
So we get there, we get to Agape from the transport van, we get to there, and then there's Julio, and then his son Tony. Those are the first two people I see, and Tony has a gun on him, I don't know why. And then Julio's there, and then first thing he does is pick me up and grab me right here and twist my shirt. I don't know if it's because he thought I was going to try to run away, because I didn't want to be there. But so didn't know why he was grabbing me like that. So then he grabs me like that. Then we go to like the intake room or whatever. They do all my stuff and then shave my head right when I get there. And then pretty mad about that. And it was like a horrible buzz cut. And get there, they take my stuff, give me these weird clothes, this dumb shirt, and then go to sleep. I didn't sleep much that night. And then I woke up, and then that kind of started like the day there. That's just kind of how I got there. If you want to know anything else along the way.
You said that Julio's son had a gun on his
Yeah, I don't
side.
know why. Yeah,
Was
that's what I
it
saw.
was it inside Agape that you saw this, or was it outside?
They were right outside the facility, and then we walked into it. So he walked in there with it. I don't know why.
There's no need to have a gun. I mean, just yeah. That's that. Damn, that's
That was another obsession he had. He was obsessed with guns, which
Was
I don't
he?
really care about. But yeah,
Okay.
he was just
I guess he's just trying to show how tough he is. I guess.
yeah, he was like that.
I'm sure without the gun, he was a complete
Yeah.
coward.
Oh yeah. And he, like as soon as I got there, that's just like the first thing he was trying to do was like make it miserable, like make me feel miserable. Like as soon as I got there, he's like, "You're gonna be here for a year. Shut up." Like just trying to like make it seem like, oh, this isn't a fun place. Just trying to, I don't know. That was weird there.
Right.
And then, so about like I went there and then I just saw like the weird bland food we were eating. I saw like the brown food we were eating. And then my first day there, they were like, "Hey, you're going to this thing called Browntown," which I'm sure you heard about it.
Yeah.
And we're working out, and it's just all these fat losers, and they're telling us what to do. I'm like, okay. And then they're making us run laps, and there's this one kid who just got there. I was good friends with him, and he threw up, and they made him keep going and keep going after he threw up. And then it was shit like that. And they made him clean up his own throw up, and they made him do all this other shit. And that made me realize, like, okay, this isn't like a fun place. This is
Right.
And then about 2 weeks later, the first like real abuse thing that I saw, we got like this new orange shirt kid, and he was like refusing to do something. I forget, like push-ups or something. And then the next thing you know, Brian like picks him up and like slams him against the table. And he's on the floor against the table, and he's like yelling. He's like, "My arm's gonna break. It hurts so bad." And then Brian was like, "Good." I don't know if you've heard about that before, but the kid was on the ground in pain. He's like, "I'm in pain," and then Brian's like, "Good." I don't know if you've heard about that one before, but that was a pretty popular. That happened to July of 2020. I think the kid's name was like Gavin or something.
Mm-hmm.
Got picked up and slammed, and then restrained for like basically no reason, just refusing to do like 10 push-ups or something. They picked him up and slammed him, and then we're like they said good to his pain and shit. It's just disgusting.
I tell you, with all the stuff that's going on over there with lawsuits and got the cops looking
Yeah,
for, they're still up to their
yeah,
old tricks, huh? Wow.
yeah.
Why did you get sent to Browntown?
It was like, I think when you're an orange shirt, you get sent there for your first day. Everybody does. Yeah. It's just
Okay.
like,
I guess to
yeah,
kind of experience it.
yeah. See
Uh,
what you're doing. Yeah, exactly.
it sucks.
Yeah.
So you had Julio, Brian. Um,
hmm
what were you in a dorm of some sort after
Yeah,
Browntown?
yeah. We were on a dorm, like where we slept at.
Uh huh.
Yeah, we slept on like this dorm. Like it's nasty as shit. Like the floors smell like piss. There's like no joke. Like there's rats running around on the floor. Like it's actually disgusting. And then they'll spend all their money on like new cars and new stuff for their houses and shit. Nothing to like fix the place. Like there's broken sinks, broken bathrooms. They do nothing about it. They're just buying themselves new cars and stuff. You know, they don't really care about the place because if they did, that's what they'd be spending their money on to make us, live better. But they didn't care.
No, they wanted you to live in miserable
Yeah.
conditions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
There's no doubt.
so you see how it is.
Yeah.
Um, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
So, who was it? Your parents that were paying for all this stuff here?
Well, I kind of had a thing with court where,
Okay,
like,
yeah,
to get
you
my
had said that.
charges
Yeah.
dropped, I would kind of have to go there. I think my parents did have to pay. I know they didn't pay the full amount. They might have had to pay a little bit. I still don't know how much they paid, but like, we're trying to get it back because they were trying to get it back too because
Right.
we realized the place is just a complete scam and they're
It,
lying with everything they do.
it's
And
kind of
every
weird
single
that the court system would actually send you there.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
crazy. And like, because there was kids there who were in JDC and they were like, I'd rather go there than be there than here,
Yeah.
you know. But it's whatever. Just over some stupid weed. That's why I had to go there. Like it's whatever,
Well, see,
you know.
because the state, the Agape's not a state-run boarding school,
Yeah, yeah. So
so
like, there was other kids there that were court order. Like it was like a pretty
right.
popular
There
thing.
must have
but
been some
there were,
judge who had some sort of connections with the Clemensons, probably.
well, yeah, it actually was that because somebody from my town I think had gotten sent there, and this place had told my probation officer kind of like the Agape place told my probation officer a bunch of lies. So that's kind of how I ended up there. It's horrible, but yeah. They're just such a manipulative place. Their website, it's all fake. Every email they send the parents, all fake. The visits they have, they make it all fake. Like, they'll try to make the food all nice when the parents come in. They're like, yeah, we're going to go watch a movie today when the parents are in for the visits. They just try to make it look so nice.
And as soon as the parents leave, it's right back to normal.
Oh, yeah. And, like,
Oh,
when the
yeah.
parents are there, they're trying to make it look like a 5-star hotel and everything, But, like, it's just some crazy stuff they try to pull. And they're not getting away with it, obviously, because we got stuff like this out there now. Finally.
Yeah, yeah. It's the walls are slowly but surely closing in on them.
Oh yeah, they
So
deserve it,
yeah, but
and
that's
they know
why
it too.
I don't understand. With all this stuff going on, they're still slamming kids on the ground or on the wall, and
Yeah,
it just you think they would learn,
we would
but
have like chapel service. They would talk about you guys and like the Kansas City Star and stuff. They would say like how like the Kansas City Star and these podcasts and these news people, they were all telling lies and stuff, and like it's just like they were like, we got the Kansas City Star, they're out there telling lies about us. We got these podcasts telling lies about us. We got students out there telling lies about us. They're just so manipulative, trying to always sound like they're right and stuff. It's just crazy to me.
well, little do they know that every transaction, every deal they make leaves a paper trail, and there's people out
Yeah.
there that are following it.
Oh yeah.
So it's all there in black and white. They can't say it's a lie.
hmm
They're lying
Oh
if
yeah.
they say that. That's how it goes. I just had Laura come on last podcast talking about
hmm
all the stuff she found.
hmm
So yeah, they're not making it
Bro,
up.
I'm telling you, if somebody like snuck a phone in or something on their visit, just something we could have to like record or something, we got that video out there, it'd be like people wouldn't believe, what like they would actually do to kids and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
like there was this kid named Will. He was like this little kid. Brian would feed him like random salad and stuff, like just random crap, just give it to him and feed him like he's a little dog or something. Like, just unbelievable stuff. You're like, can't believe they're doing it.
Huh. Do they still have animals there?
Yeah,
That
they
place?
do. Yeah, and they're like buying random animals and stuff, not fixing our bathroom and shit. We got like broken bathrooms, and they're buying like camels and stuff. Like, really?
Did you
It makes
have
no sense.
a job there while you were?
No,
No.
they make it sound like kids have jobs there and stuff, but we don't do anything. We literally just sit there all day. We would sit in the school all day, sit in the dining hall and eat all day, do all that. Like, they make it look like we're outside with the animals and stuff every day.
Right.
But like, I remember there was a time in there where I didn't go outside for like 2-3 months. Like, I'm not kidding. Like, we were just inside for 2 or 3 months. Like, it was during the winter, but still, like no fresh air for 2 or 3 months.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, it was crazy stuff.
Yeah. Anybody?
And like
You go ahead.
some of like the newer kids, like the kids who like just kind of left on this, but like I don't know if you've had that many, but they'll tell you like we would barely go outside and stuff. It's crazy. We would barely go outside.
Well, they've a lot of other ex-students have talked about how they, would exercise outside, pick up rocks and put them,
Well, yeah,
somewhere
we would,
else.
like the only times we would go outside, we would never go outside or just do something or have fun. We're going outside to go like haul rocks for them or like go pick up sticks in some fat ass's yard, like just for no reason. You know what I mean?
Right. You don't have to. You didn't have to do any type of maintenance, like helping them with their house renovations or mowing grass.
I mean, no,
Or
sometimes we did, yeah. Like there was like work crews where we would just be going to like go fix a fence or something, or like go like move stuff out of their yard or move like a couch or something, like move stuff like
okay.
just for the staff members' houses and stuff, like for no reason.
Anybody else's house, like somebody who was outside of Agape, a house, maybe their neighbor's house.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
yeah. There were people who go out all the time and do stuff like that, but I never went on one of those, but people would all the time.
Anybody try to escape?
Oh yeah, all the time. But like it's kind of hard because you're in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
Because it's just nothing around you, and it's always cold there half the year, so you're not really going to survive. Yeah.
Yeah, unless you have maybe a car waiting for you outside or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, you went it by walking.
I thought about doing that when I first got there. That's what I thought about doing. I was like, I'm going to go run away, but it's
Were
too
you
hard.
were you able to get telephone calls and write to your parents and all that stuff?
Yeah, but like they check every single one, so you can't even be honest. Like you're like, oh yeah, I love the place, just so they'll send it out. If you say one bad thing, they're like, nope, you gotta send something else. It's like, really?
You got to completely
Then-
rewrite it. Yeah.
Yeah, and then they're sitting right there on your phone call, and every phone call is monitored. They listen to, so you can't even really tell them nothing.
Right.
I don't know. And then on your visits, they're all right there too, checking in on you. So I don't know. They're just always trying to monitor you, make sure you can't tell them the actual truth. It's
How
crazy.
many kids were there when you were there? Do you remember?
When I first got there, it was
Kind of
about like 140. And then when I left, everyone started to go home because the word kind of got out. So it was about like 80, 90 kids when I left.
Oh, okay.
But when I first got there, it was about like 150, 140-ish. Somewhere around there.
Oh, the word got out, and then parents started.
Yeah,
Taking
once
the kids out.
CPS came, a lot of kids started to leave.
Oh, okay.
I remember when CPS came, they interviewed me 2 times, just about random stuff about the school.
And let me guess, someone was right there listening to your
Oh yeah,
conversation.
Graves, who works
Graves.
like yeah, he was sitting right there, like trying to talk to all them, trying to act all buddy, like yeah, man, I'm a cop too, just trying to.
Oh,
this place
he's
is
still a
great.
sheriff?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. That sucks, man.
Yeah,
But it's nice to know that word's getting out as far as them talking about, the podcast. And they didn't mention this podcast by name, did they?
no,
Oh, okay.
They just said Kansas. They just said Kansas City name, Kansas City Star, and some other. They just mentioned like podcasts, different podcasts and stuff, and like Instagram accounts. You know,
Yeah, so they've obviously been watching the
doing the right
podcast.
thing, but they're trying to, doing the right thing, but they're trying to, they're always right.
Well, it it's not something that. What was I going to tell you? It's not something that you would see all the time. This
Hmm.
podcast doesn't do just Agape; it does other homes as well. But they're all
Oh yeah,
affiliated
yeah,
with the same guy who started the whole thing.
uh-huh.
I don't know if they ever talked about Lester Roloff.
Yeah. They did. They
Yeah,
would mention him. I forget what they said about him, but I've
yeah,
heard that name.
that's the main guy. If you were to put up a circle in the middle and just branch it out, he's the main one.
Did you hear about Smock? You heard about Smock?
Smock. Yes, I
David's.
heard about it.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah,
pedophile. Did you hear about that?
I heard
He's
about
like
that.
touching kids, and he's a doctor. He was like our school doctor.
Yeah.
And, like, he's a pedophile. It's
When did
crazy.
do you remember when they arrested him? Was it when you were there?
No, no,
Oh no,
they just arrested
they
him like a
just
month
arrested
ago.
him.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
okay.
he was our school doctor. He's like examining kids like every day, and then he's a pedophile. Like that's crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's
That's
crazy.
that's the Baptist way.
Yeah.
So, and normally most of the I've said this on other podcasts, but anybody who talks a lot about either pedophilia or homosexuality or something like that turns out they're either pedophiles or they're homosexuals, one of the two.
They were always talking about that stuff. It's so weird. Like they would
Yeah,
always talk about that stuff. It's weird. I
yeah.
don't know.
I mean, for me, why would you not have? Were there female staff there as well, or they didn't have female staff?
There was like two or three in the school. Like two that came into school. That was it.
And they were probably related
Yeah, they
somehow.
are. They are. Yeah, yeah, they are.
Yeah. Okay. So no outside influence, no
No,
actual female staff.
no.
So all you
They're
got's a bunch
weird.
of men.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah,
prison.
yeah,
Kids like that, they're at the height, they're at their sexual peak. You got no girls around. Some can
yeah,
handle it. Some can say, "I'll just wait," but some can't.
yeah,
Those are the ones that end up becoming perverts.
yeah, yeah.
So, and if anything like that happened, would they stop it? Of course not. There's a bunch of we've had a couple of guys come on here saying they were sexually assaulted.
Yeah,
And the staff
probably
did
all of
nothing.
them.
The staff actually blamed them and put them in some closet or something.
Did
So
you? I know you've heard about Duncan a lot. The name Duncan.
yeah,
Yeah. So he would like come up with any way possible to like take you down and just to get to take you down and like beat the crap out of you or whatever. I remember one time I was standing in line, and there was this kid next to me. His name was like Matt or something, and like he was sitting there, and then Duncan grabs him like this. He's like, "Come on, let's go down here." And then like 5-10 minutes later passed, and then Matt comes up, and I'm like, "Yo, what happened?" He's like, he said I was looking at his wife, so he went down there and like slammed me and beat the crap out of me, and like he came up and he had bruises all over him and everything. He ended up telling CPS about it, which is good, but like still like that's just one of like many reasons he would like just try to beat the crap out of you for no reason, just make up all this stuff. And you're doing this, you're looking at my wife, so yeah,
yeah. I don't
crazy.
think the wives were that attractive. I don't think.
Yeah,
No makeup.
yeah,
Always wearing
those
those long
weird skirts.
dresses. Yeah,
Yeah,
hippies. No, thank you.
yeah,
So I don't know, but like I said, when you're in there for a year, no girls. I guess even if a fat chick were to come through there, I think there'd be a couple of guys probably going,
yeah.
"Oh yeah,"
No, they
you know,
do.
they're pretty hefty, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
but hey, I don't judge. So, schooling. You had to. Was it you taking the PACE or ACT?
Yeah. Yeah, they
schooling?
were retarded. They were retarded, and I still didn't get my credits yet. I
You're
was there
not
for a
going
year, and
to.
I didn't. Huh?
You're not
Really?
going to. That's not an accredited.
Really?
It um, Agape is accredited. Okay, the PACE program is accredited, but they've accredited to Agape has their own accreditation. So, in other words, did you graduate there?
No,
No,
no. Yeah,
no.
so I'm basically not gonna get anything. It just screwed me over.
Credits are yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You may have to take your GED or something like that.
I know. It screwed me over
Yeah,
completely. It
yeah,
sucks, man. Like the place just screwed me over so hard. Like you don't even know. It sucks.
yeah. It's just one of those things.
One whole year of school there, and I worked my ass off on the school there too, because that's all I could do, and I still don't have my credits.
Well,
So I just
what
wasted a whole
grade
year.
level were you at?
I was in 11th. I got there in 11th grade, and
No,
then
I mean as far as the books that they gave you to work
like
on.
they would, like they when I first got there, they gave me like fourth grade books, but like I moved on, and like it was retarded. Like I was 17 doing fourth grade work. Like what
Yeah,
the hell, you know? And they did
yeah.
that for everyone. It's just
I've heard
ridiculous.
everyone has been on the podcast talk about. They say they're at this certain level, but they put them down
Yeah,
to almost like an elementary level.
they're trying to get you to stay there longer. Like no, you can't go home and graduate. You got to stay here. You know, like that's what they would try to do. They would
Yeah,
always tell parents that just to keep milking money and shit. It's crazy.
yeah,
They tried to get them to tell my parents that I needed to stay there until I graduated, but they didn't listen to the bullshit. You know, I kind of told them about it, but they just lie and stuff. It's crazy.
What do your parents think about that place?
Well, they obviously think it's corrupt because I kind of came home and told them more about it, and they kind of had a feeling because I would tell them on visits, kind of hint to them this place is kind of weird, and
Yeah,
obviously they believe me over Julio, some random guy, but he is manipulative though. He'll go like I've seen him go on visits and just lie to parents, just straight up lie to parents, and their kids, and then the parents just keep their kids there because they believe Julio. It
yeah.
sucks. But,
Well, it's one of those things. Being that they call themselves a religious organization.
oh
You
yeah,
know, parents who are, I would say, ignorant, and not through any fault of their own, but ignorant to the fact that just because someone says they're religious doesn't mean that everything
oh
that comes
no,
out of their
obviously,
mouth
yeah,
is
yeah,
is the truth.
no,
They
no,
lie,
obviously.
they manipulate, they cheat, they steal, they fornicate, they get
But
divorced. They everything that a normal person would do, they do as well.
I've seen Julio, restrain the crap out of a kid for no reason, and then 2 hours later he goes up and preaches like the gospel. Like really,
Was
it's just
was
crazy.
Julio the one that talked about the podcast? And
He
it
was.
was
He's probably
Julio.
watching this right now. He's probably
Good,
watching this right now.
good.
The
But
rumor was that he moved schools. I don't know where he's at now. The rumor was he left.
oh, he did.
Yeah, because like they're in a ton of hot water. Obviously, I think he
Yeah,
left. I don't know, but
they
yeah,
are.
it's crazy.
So
Uh,
so I guess
but
the
yeah.
old when it gets hot, you run off somewhere else.
Oh
Same thing
yeah.
Brian did. Yeah,
But that's who mainly would talk about it. It was always Julio and Brian who would talk about the Kansas City Star and the podcast and stuff. And then when CPS came, they were so scared. You could just tell.
yeah. No amount of praying is going to get him out of that.
hmm
So did you climb up the ranks?
No, I didn't.
No.
Julio didn't like me, so he never promoted me because I don't know. The highest I was like a burgundy. I didn't really care about the shirt colors there. I was just trying to move up in school there. I didn't really care about a shirt color. It didn't really mean much to me. It was just like
Right.
whatever. I don't care about telling a kid to push. Like if you're a red shirt, you could just give kids push-ups. I don't give a shit about that. I don't want to give anyone push-ups. I didn't care. Like there, I just kind of stayed to myself there and made like a few friends, but I just kind of stuck to myself there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just kind of stay in the background to avoid any type of
Yeah.
confrontation or anything.
Yeah.
And even then,
That-
that didn't work.
Yeah, because I was paranoid the whole time. I was like, if I go brown or if I mess up, like it's just gonna keep me here longer. It's gonna mess me up. So I just kind of tried to
Yeah.
stay. do good. Because I've seen it happen to other kids that would go brown on a visit, and then their parents are like, "Yeah, you're staying here longer." So that scared the shit out of me. So I was like, "I'm gonna try to do good."
I hear you. Yeah. So 1 year wasted. So when you got out, did you try to go back to school?
Yeah, I did. Like I'm doing this online school right now. I tried
Okay.
to, but they didn't transfer any of my credits, so
Right.
that made me mad. But that's whatever.
So
I
you
guess I'll
basically have to start back at an 11th grade level, basically?
yeah, because they won't give me my credits. I earned 6.5 credits there, and they won't transfer it because they can't. It's just a scam because they told me it would, and it didn't.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
The thing about that, Mac, is they're only after one thing:
money.
That's
Yeah,
it.
they don't care.
It's a money
And
making
that's all they
machine.
would say. They would be like, "Yeah, I would work here for free. I love it here." No, you wouldn't. Like they're just a bunch of liars, and it would piss me off how much they would just lie to our face. And that's like why I'm on here. I'm trying to get it out here. They're just a scam. They're running a scam, and like I'd love to give everyone their money back, all the parents their money back, because it's just you know.
Yeah, they're worth millions. They could
Oh yeah,
easily. It's amazing that not a lot of people are suing them. They should
yeah.
sue them.
I do know a lot of people that are. Like I
Are.
know a few people that left that are actually.
Okay.
I'm trying to be one of them, obviously.
Right. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, seems to me that these podcasts have had some sort of an effect
Oh yeah, definitely.
with the staff. I mean, if Julio's
yeah.
talking about it.
Oh, they're scared about it. The word's gotten out about it. They're in hot water. Like it's definitely helping. Like without the podcast, without like the news and stuff, it wouldn't be out there as much. So
Yeah.
it's definitely like a
So,
step in the right direction.
and of course, we got Laura who's doing behind the scenes work.
Yeah,
Getting going to these places and figuring out, trying to find the money trail. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You follow the money, and that's what she's
Oh
doing.
yeah.
And seems like some shady stuff.
Oh yeah.
But
There's no doubt about it.
yeah. So, but as far as you witnessing anything, I mean, were kids really getting slammed there all the time?
Oh yeah. I didn't get to go into it as much. Like I never really got abused there because I wasn't like an idiot. If you kind of were like a little kid or being an idiot or just being kind of stupid, that's when you would get restrained. Obviously,
Right.
I would never act up, so I would never get restrained or get slammed or nothing. But like obviously, I've seen it all the time happen and stuff. It's like what those people are telling you. Like it's true. What people have been telling you. Like I've listened to stuff on here. Like it's actually true. Like 100%.
Oh, I don't doubt it. I mean, after seeing some stuff, from what Laura's showed and what guys like Griffey have said, yeah, I don't doubt it for a second.
Oh yeah, CPS doesn't show up there for no reason. Obviously, if they're showing up there, it's got to be something kind of serious,
Yeah, it's a part of some new law or something that they have in effect now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, where the state's allowed to go in there.
Oh yeah, they should. Like, why shouldn't they be?
Yeah. Well, the reason why they couldn't at one time was because it's a religious organization. You got that separation of church and state thing going on, and they take that to the full advantage. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. And isn't it like in Missouri? That's the only state you can do it in, too, or something like that? Because I heard that's why they moved there. Like they moved to Missouri. They were in California, and then California like kicked them out. So then they moved to Missouri or something like that.
Well, they were from California. They went to Washington State, and then from there to Missouri. Yeah. Oh yeah, they got in trouble everywhere they went.
Yeah. So then
So and I think they were just too small at that time to actually either fight it or they didn't have enough money to fight it, so they just moved. So when they got to Missouri, the promised land basically, where they could pretty much do whatever they wanted, they didn't have to register, as a boarding school. They just claimed religion and that's it. So they went unseen for years. No telling you, decades probably.
Crazy.
Yeah. Until all of a sudden all these people came out you know, and then they finally took notice, and now everything's starting to crumble around them.
Yeah.
Which, like I
There
said,
is.
is the reason why they're always. I mean, they're still doing this stuff when they know they got the microscope on them.
Oh yeah. The only good staff member there. There is one good staff member there, and he'll vouch for me. Tell you everything too. His brother Jeff. The only person I don't want to get in trouble there is brother Jeff. He's the only good one there. I'm telling you, because like he was one of them who actually tried to help the kids. You know, like he knew what the kids were going through. Knew that the
Right.
staff were a bunch of idiots, and he would actually feel for us and try to help us out. That's like the one good thing I can say about him, and that's the only good staff member there is at least him.
Yeah,
But all the rest
I've
are all
heard.
the rest are dickheads.
Yeah, I mean, there's always at least one, you know, who is really trying to help
Yeah,
the kids out if they're troubled. You know,
yeah.
the other ones just don't
Oh yeah,
they don't care.
that's for sure.
There's always somebody trying to make a difference, and that's good. That's commendable of him.
Oh
To do
yeah,
that. But on the other hand, what's he doing there? If he knows
Yeah.
I'm sure he knows what's going on.
yeah. That's true.
If he knows what's going on, he needs to either leave there or say something.
Yeah,
But then again, on the flip side, when you think about it, maybe he lives on the property, and that's his only job. He's got to feed his
Yeah.
family. That's another thing.
yeah,
So you're kind of stuck right in
yeah.
the center.
That's true.
So,
I see what you mean.
but it happens.
Yeah,
But that's good. That's good that there was actually somebody there who actually cared.
yeah, for sure.
But being that it's a religious organization, they should have all cared.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I said, just because they're religious doesn't mean they're
Oh no,
correct or moral.
definitely not. I think everybody's got that, like, I don't know. It's just it's just, I don't know. If you went there and you were a student, you would just catch on. Like, it's just something weird about every single one of them. You could tell. I don't know. It's just weird.
You can just feel it, right? The
Oh, yeah.
atmosphere is
Yeah.
just.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's just like you look around and go, maybe I shouldn't be here.
Oh, yeah.
There are times when you can actually feel the tension in the air. You know that
Oh, yeah.
something is not right about this place.
Yeah.
Know.
That was me the whole year there. 365 days. Just stomach turning every day. Just weird.
Yeah.
Weird feeling. Like, where the hell am I? Just
Were
want to wake
were
up.
you allowed to watch movies? Of course, that they screened.
Well, yeah, but there were these. I don't know. They would put on like these dumb little kid movies. They would treat us like little kids. They would give us like no privileges. And like if it would show like a girl or a woman or something, they would skip it. Or like if it played music, they would skip it. Like we could listen to no music except that gospel Baptist music. Like if a movie or something played some music, they would skip it. They wouldn't let us listen to it. Like
Right.
total weirdos. Like doing the most just to like make us miserable. I don't know. It's weird.
Baptist music. Oh God,
Yeah.
some of the worst music you'd ever hear.
They
Oh,
literally
my
shoved it down our throats. They would shove it down our throats every single day.
Did you have to memorize verses in the
Yeah,
Bible?
yeah. They would make us memorize verses, and if we couldn't, we'd have to go work out or some shit like that, or like we lose our free time, something dumb like that.
The old King James, huh?
Yeah, yeah. It was like if you had to memorize like 3 verses a week, and if you couldn't, you had to do like a Browntown workout or something like
Right.
that. Something stupid.
And the King James, that all stems back to Roloff as well, because Roloff was a big King James version fan. The
Yeah.
King James version was the only version. The other ones, the New International, the Catholic Bible, they're all the devil. All written by Satan, so. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So, but so how are you doing now? I mean, besides, of course, your school, but
Yeah, I'm good now. Like I'm trying to do some school, like had a job, doing pretty good right now. Like obviously much better now that I'm home, not in that shithole, but
yeah,
I'm good now. I'm good now.
yeah. Have your
It like still fucks with me every day. Like just I'll get like flashbacks from the place. I don't know. It's weird. But yeah, I'm good now for the most
that
part.
happens a lot. Even
Yeah.
some of the guys that were there years ago still have
Mhm.
those flashbacks,
Hmm.
So, It's
Like if I'll wake up early or something, it'll give me like PTSD of like waking up early there and like having to fold your bed and shit. It's just like a weird vibe. I don't know. It's just weird.
oh, they would you had to do it military style or something?
Yeah, it was just some stupid shit, and then like you would get brown food or something if you couldn't, or something like that. And I remember one thing on the dorm floor, like they would turn on this blue light, and you couldn't go to the bathroom until like 10:30, and we would get on the dorm at like 7:30, and like you couldn't get up and go to the bathroom until 10:30 for whatever reason. I remember it was like my first week there, and I go up to Brother Everett, the dorm staff. I'm like, "Can I use the bathroom?" He's like, "It's gonna be a Browntown workout." I'm like, "To use the bathroom?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, okay. Like, so I got a Browntown workout for having to use the bathroom.
Did the showers have curtains on them, or was it solid?
Yeah, yeah. Well, some like they were doors, and then some had curtains. So they were nasty as shit. They had poop in them, like hair in them, everything.
Wow.
Yeah, and then we would have to clean it. Like they would make us clean it. Like yeah, like they didn't even have like a real janitor or nothing to like clean it.
Well, why have a janitor? Well,
Yeah,
not you.
yeah.
You
They don't
know?
have to pay anyone. They don't got to pay anyone.
Yeah, exactly. You're actually the kids are or the kids' parents actually are paying them
Yeah.
to work you. That's what a racket. What a great deal that is. You know, you
we
get
never
paid to
we
do
never
nothing.
had like a we never had like a real chef either. They would just like come in and like throw us these random foods. Like we never had like a real chef. And then apparently we got this. They made like a big deal. Like yeah, we're getting a good chef, a great chef. And then this random guy comes in and he's making us like the shittiest cold food ever. It's like
Did they ever make you what's it called? A shit on a shingle? You ever
nah,
did that?
what's that?
No,
That
it's
was
like
that.
chipped beef and gravy over toast. You get a piece of toast, you put it down, and you pour the gravy over it. It's called shit on a shingle.
Oh
No?
no! But I remember they would post on the Facebook. They were like, "Yeah, we're eating this, we're eating this," and they would actually post like fake pictures of food that we weren't eating. Like I would go on my visits. And I'd be like, "Mom, we did not eat this. I swear to God, we did not eat this." Like they're just posting random stuff of food that we're not eating. Like it's
Yeah.
crazy. They're just sitting there straight up lying and shitting in their parents' faces.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
But you got to understand though that some of these parents, and not all of them, are brainwashed. They've probably been in the Baptist religion because they're Baptists. They've probably been in the Baptist religion their whole life. That's all they
Yeah.
know. You know, and when somebody who's of the same religion as them, or maybe they go to that church, you know, that says something to them, they're going to take it as gospel. Okay, well, why would he lie?
Yeah.
He's a man of
Oh, yeah.
God.
And like another thing that would piss me off, like you would see like little kids there who like were adopted, you know, and they would like just come from like a foreign country, and their parents are just automatically just throwing them in these programs and stuff.
Huh.
It's like, you know,
Yeah.
like because the majority of the kids there were like adopted kids, you know, and a bunch of them were like little, you know, younger kids who like just came from like a foreign country. They were just getting put into there, and it's like kind of fucked up if you think about it.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. Why would you adopt somebody just to throw them in a boarding
Yeah.
school?
yeah. And then who knows like what they were going through before, and then they come to the U.S. and just get thrown in a random boarding school. You know,
Yeah.
it sucks.
But then again, maybe and I'm not saying anything nice about Agape, but you know, maybe the place they came from was worse than Agape. Who knows?
Yeah,
Maybe not.
yeah.
You know,
Never know.
some of them adopted or foster kids or adopted kids. They've had some pretty tough lives. You know, and then to
That is true though.
throw them in there.
That definitely is true.
You know, yeah, you just I don't know, add salt to the
Yeah.
wound, I guess.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't know. I don't know. It's like I said, it's not a good place. It's you know, I wish the parents would see more of these, you know, and before they decide to take their kids there. Some don't.
Oh, yeah.
Like I said, some are true believers, and
Oh, yeah.
they believe everything that Agape tells them.
Yep.
So, which is sad. But we
Oh,
have
yeah.
some parents that have, you know, seen the light
Yeah.
and immediately
That's-
withdraw their kids out of there, you know.
Oh yeah.
So, but, you know, as long as as long as they're there, there's always going to be some parent sending their kid there, unfortunately, until they get, hopefully, and I don't know when, but hopefully soon they get shut down. Or
But as long as they're still open, they're still getting money, which is unfortunate. But
exactly.
Yep. Which I think needs to be put to a stop because I don't like them getting money for no reason, you know.
Yeah. Like I said, it's quite the racket when you
Yeah.
get paid and you don't do anything for those kids.
Oh yeah.
You just work them to death or whatever.
Like I feel bad. Like I'm in my home, I get my own bed, and like I got friends out there who are still there, you know, for no reason.
Right.
Just in them, you know, it sucks. But
And I mean, even like you said at the beginning, weed. Ooh, wow.
yeah,
You're a hardcore criminal.
yeah,
I mean, I can understand if you were stealing cars or robbing places. Yeah, send them to Agape, but weed?
yeah.
That's nothing. I mean, who
Exactly.
who hasn't smoked weed? I guarantee you. And if you ask anybody, if you ever smoked, if they say no, they're a liar.
Yeah, exactly.
Back when I was a youngster, I did it. I gotta lie.
Not just people, like teenagers, like every teenager now. It's just crazy, you know.
I know
like,
adults who do it.
Yeah,
You know
it's
what I
crazy.
mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Come from all walks of life. So
And it's legal in some states too, which is
and legal
crazy.
in some states.
And then I got sent there for that, but it's whatever. It's in the past now. Gotta
Wait,
try to put it.
Are you in the state of Missouri?
No,
Is that where you're from?
I'm
You're not from
in
there.
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You in
Yeah.
Missouri?
Huh?
Are you in Missouri?
No, I'm in Wisconsin.
Oh, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
So like, how did you hear about like Agape and everything?
I went to the school in Corpus. I'm originally from Texas, Corpus Christi, Texas, and that's where Lester Roloff had his church. And I went to the school that he had. So I was actually at his. We went to our family went to his church, and I went to his school.
That's crazy.
So yeah.
So yeah.
That's how I was trying to get some Rebecca girls, which is another boarding school that's not there anymore, and it just snowballed. It went from Rebecca, it went to Bethesda, and then Agape came in. All these people from Agape started calling up, and it just snowballed from there. Which is good, yeah.
Yeah.
To get people
awesome.
get the word out,
Oh yeah, for sure.
So, and the thing is, I mean, I'm sure there's some good boarding schools out there. I'm not.
Yeah.
I don't want to bash all boarding schools. I'm
Yeah.
sure there's some out there that probably do make mistakes, and probably try to remedy them and become a better boarding school to help the kids. But Agape there's no hope for them.
Oh yeah, and a boarding school that's at least not abusive is somewhat okay, But
Yeah.
abusive and Agape, they're right there. So
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, even the state-run boarding schools can be abusive too.
Oh yeah, you would have kids come from Agape who are in state-run places, and they would talk like it's just the same.
Yeah.
So it sucks, but yeah.
Some
That sucks too, because even if Agape does go to a state-run place, it might not still straighten out.
Right. Yeah.
That's what they were talking about.
Well, of course, they claim that Jesus will fix everything.
Yeah.
That's it. You don't have Jesus, man. You're
Oh,
screwed.
Yeah. You can't do anything.
Your life is going to be full of wickedness and sin and everything else unless you have Jesus. That'll straighten your life out. Yeah, a lot of good it did for a lot of those kids.
I really think they're delusional. I actually think they're delusional. Like there's no doubt about it.
They are. I mean, how many times did Julio preach on the second coming? God's coming back one day.
Oh yeah, they thought that the world was ending like this year.
Oh really?
But it didn't. Yeah, they said that like trumpets were coming, the world's ending, all this crap,
Oh, Julio's a regular Nostradamus, huh?
Oh yeah. That's what Julio was saying. Julio would play these videos and stuff. Like I think he would try to make it fuck with us so we wouldn't want to go outside. He'd make it sound like the world was ending so that we wouldn't want to leave or some shit.
Right.
I don't know.
if you go into the outside world and the world's ending and
Yeah.
you end up dying or something because of it, and you don't have Jesus in your heart, well, you know where you're going.
And they never had like a real counselor there. There was kids there who were suicidal because they were in the place. Like they never had a real counselor. They had like a preacher or something who was just some old guy who would like tell you a bunch of bullshit that didn't make sense, you know.
And you know, a lot of kids have a lot of mental issues,
Oh yeah.
and you can't house kids like that with other kids that don't have mental issues. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
That causes a conflict.
They
You got to
they were
separate those kids.
Julio would like talk about like how like there was kids there who were on meds and stuff, and he would like talk about how like they needed Jesus instead of like their meds and shit, like just making up a bunch of like stuff that would make no sense. You know?
Yeah. Well, like I said before, you don't need drugs. You don't need, medicine. Nothing. All you need is
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He will fix everything. Hallelujah. That's how it goes, man. That's how it goes. I mean, heck, you don't need your cancer medication. Just trust in Jesus. He'll heal it.
Yeah.
I mean, look what it did for Jim Clemenson.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not laughing because he's dead. I'm laughing because they put out a post saying, yes, Jesus cured him of his cancer. And then he came back and killed him.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
what do you say to that? You know what I mean? Well, God wanted to take him home anyway. He didn't want him on this earth anymore. He wanted to take him home. They always come up with some excuse, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but that's how the Baptists are one of the most, I want to say the most, but they are one of the hardcore cults out there.
Oh yeah.
Baptists, especially the Southern Baptists.
Oh yeah.
There is a difference between Baptists and Southern Baptists.
Yeah.
So, and Lester Roloff was a Southern Baptist. Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want the state, interfering. I'm going to run my homes the way I want to. And he'd hold up the King James Bible and shake it, and it's going to be run by this book here, and that's it.
We're going to abuse these kids.
Oh, there was a lot of abuse going on, even back in the 70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we had I had a couple of girls and guys come on from those homes back in the 70s, man. It was probably just as bad, if maybe worse.
Yeah.
Because there wasn't a lot of, there wasn't the internet, there wasn't YouTube, there wasn't anything like that.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, and there are sex perverts all over the place, man.
Oh yeah. They're flooded in Agape. All those staff, they're all creeps for sure.
Oh yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Except for the one guy.
Yeah.
Except for the one guy.
The Jeff. Jeff, he's cool.
So Julio left.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Oh, that's what you heard. Okay.
Yeah, but I think it's true though because I've heard it from like a lot of people.
I know that he was the dean of students.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He was the head of the whole thing.
That's what he called himself. That's what they called him. So.
Okay. So, being that Brian's dad died.
Yeah.
I guess he's now the head honcho. He's the big boss now.
Yeah. Well, Brian always kind of was because like the other one was always kind of sick, so it was kind of Brian in charge, anyways. At least while I was there. But yeah, and then Julio would kind of be like in charge of the kids, but Brian, kind of ran.
Right. Was Julio still doing his weightlifting and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, always trying to show off. I'm this, I'm that.
Yeah.
Always trying to show off his guns. Always trying to show off everything.
I saw a picture of him about a year ago, I guess on his Facebook page. Somehow I managed to get on it, and he had a picture on there, and he's kind of going like this, and I'm like, dude, you're not even built.
It's all steroids too. He admitted to talking about taking steroids.
Well, you know what they say about steroids, Julio? You know what I mean?
I hope he's watching too.
It shrinks. It shrinks, but you don't even need it anyway. We don't need you to be procreating no more.
Yeah.
So
he's not doing any of that. He's a Baptist. He shouldn't be. So.
Yeah, he shouldn't be taking drugs. Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially steroids are illegal too.
Yeah. Come on,
So,
Julio.
yeah. But, hey, it catches up with you. Catches
Yeah.
up with you. They call that, what's that, roid rage or whatever? Where it
Yeah.
screws you up. Oh, yeah. You know?
Oh, he's definitely done that. I've seen him flip a table on a kid for no reason. So that's definitely probably one of them. You know.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
he's quite the hard case.
Yeah.
But sometimes when you're that strong, I mean, I don't know how strong he was, but if he was weightlifting and taking steroids, I'm sure he was pretty strong. But you don't know your own strength sometimes. You might
Yeah.
be some 10-year-old kid there, and you twist his arm, you could do some internal damage into the shoulder
Oh
area
yeah.
and the elbow, which
Oh
is
yeah.
could be permanent.
Oh yeah.
You know, I'm sure there's
I
a
mean,
lot of
there,
kids that
there.
have walked out of that school with some injuries that they still have to
Oh.
this day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. For sure. There was some that, no doubt, they're permanent there for like
Yeah,
permanent nerve damage. For
yeah.
sure.
Thing is,
Oh,
with stuff like that, it's hard to prove in court.
yeah.
That's a
Yeah.
problem.
It is.
You know,
Some of the CPS, some of them did get pictures while they were there, though, so
did
that was
they?
good. Yeah,
Good,
a lot. Yeah,
good, good. Well, like I said, it's only a matter of time, and
oh yeah,
it's gonna happen. I don't know
oh yeah,
when. I'm not gonna play a Baptist and say
yeah.
it's coming soon. It's coming
Let's pray
soon. You
about it.
never know when.
Let's pray about it. If we
Yeah.
pray about it, that shit shut down, right?
Well, praying ain't gonna do it. Praying is like wishing it were so. It ain't gonna happen.
Yeah,
It ain't gonna do you any good.
yeah.
But it
Well, with
just
their logic,
they're basically they're gonna hang themselves, and they don't even
yeah,
realize it. You know.
yeah,
But hey, that's on them. That's
yeah,
not me. I'm not gonna lose any money over it.
yeah,
It's their money. So,
yeah.
and hopefully it goes into the right hands of the people that were traumatized there.
Oh yeah.
So we can only
Hopefully.
hope. Get
Oh
some
yeah.
good lawyers.
Yes,
So,
sir.
but like I said, it's going to happen. I
Oh
don't know
yeah.
when, but it's going to happen.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Mac, got any final thoughts or anything?
That should be it, sir. Thank you for having me. Seriously.
Well, thanks for being on. Um,
Yes, sir.
as far as Alex is concerned,
Oh yeah.
talk to him.
Yeah.
Like
I
I said, I
will.
do the shows on Monday and Wednesdays.
All right.
So
Cool.
if he wants to come on,
Yeah.
all right.
I'm gonna
Um,
talk to him. Let him know. He'll probably watch this, so he'll just hit you up either way. But yeah.
okay. So don't leave yet.
Yeah.
Before we go, I just want to let everybody know out there that if you want to come on the podcast, you have to click on the icon on the right, on the top right of the channel. Okay? Don't text me because I'm not going to answer. I'm just going to send you the link. That's it. So you're
Yeah.
going to go to it, pick the day you want. They're at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time. They last for an hour. Okay? So if you want to do it, that's how you get on the podcast. All right? So, Max, stay on the line for a few seconds, okay? Don't hang up.
Yes, sir.
All right. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. I want to thank Mac for coming on, telling his story. And it's nice to know that the people at Agape are actually talking about the podcast and the videos and everything else. Wonderful. Even though it's bad news, it's still news and it still circulates. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right. So for the Hammer Podcast, I'm Jason. You take care of yourself, take care of each other, and we will see you in the next podcast.